like exploring, you would love to visit the kelp forest. Being in a kelp forest is like being nowhere else on the planet. Imagine yourselves walking through a forest, but you're underwater. And you're looking up and seeing plants and animals above you and plants and animals below you, and you're swimming past big kelp plants as they brush your face. Hi everybody, my name is Kelly Moore, and I am not only a park ranger here at Channel Islands National Park, but I am also a marine biologist. As a marine biologist, I study the ocean around Channel Islands National Park. And today we are here on Anacapa Island, which is one of the 5 islands in Channel Islands National Park. The kelp forest thrives in cool, nutrient-rich water. So right here, where we're about to dive today, is probably about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Brr! To help keep us warm in this cool water, scuba divers wear wetsuits, and they can range anywhere between 5 millimeters to 10 millimeters thick. All of the scuba gear that I wear to go scuba diving in the kelp forest can weigh up to 100 pounds.
I am diving underwater in the kelp forests, and I am just about 20 feet below the surface of the sea. So my team of divers down here have gone out and found us a California spiny lobster, and I know it's a she, because if I flip her over, you guys are going to see all of these tiny eggs that she is holding close to her body underneath her tail there. All of those little orange dots are all individual lobster eggs.
The kelp forest is one of the richest marine ecosystems in the whole planet. And if you were to come explore the kelp forest, you might find sea lions swimming among the kelp blades in search of tiny fish to eat. You might see a beautiful California moray eel with its head sticking out of the rock in search of food. So many different types of animals are found here in the kelp forest. Giant kelp is a type of seaweed, and it's the main seaweed that we find here in the kelp forest. And in these kelp forests, we can find dozens and dozens of kelp plants. And these individual plants will attach themselves to the seafloor in what we call a holdfast. It looks like a little ball of noodles at the bottom of the sea, and it attaches the kelp to a rock or a big boulder, and then it grows up towards the surface of the sea and often hits the surface and fans out, forming a kelp canopy right over our heads. Giant kelp can grow up to 2 feet in just one day. Kelp forests support life for over 1,000 different marine organisms, and they also support our way of life. We actually rely on kelp in a lot of things that we do every day. We can find seaweed in our toothpastes, in our ice cream, in our lotions. If you've ever had sushi, you know that you've probably eaten some form of seaweed that came right here from the kelp forest. Kelp provides us with much of the oxygen that you and I breathe every single day. Just like plants on land that undergo the process of photosynthesis, our seaweeds in our ocean do the same thing. Over half of the oxygen that you and I breathe every day comes from the plants in our oceans. In my job as a scientific diver, I'm observing the kelp forest, and I'm collecting information, and we're able to see how different populations are changing over time. Even though the kelp forest looks really healthy here today, there are a lot of threats. Some of these are natural impacts, like big storm events. They affect how things reproduce, growth rates, all sorts of things here in the kelp forest. A lot of impacts, though, come from humans. Things like pollution and plastics especially, that end up in our oceans. Animals that live in our ocean often eat those pieces of plastic, and it can harm them and often cause death. About the time I started here, they set up a network of marine reserves. About 20% now is in a marine reserve, which means that the area is protected from fishing or take of any kind. In the last 10 and 12 years, we've definitely seen some improvements in these marine reserves. We are seeing more fish and larger fish, more lobster and larger lobster, and so this is really a start of what we hope to be a very wonderful success story in providing a refuge for these species. National parks are important to all of us because they help protect and preserve really special places. These places often have plants and animals that are found nowhere else in the whole world. No matter where we live, we are connected to the ocean. It helps us sustain our way of life, and it's up to us to help protect it. And there's lots of little things that you and I can do to help protect our ocean. Some of those include participating in beach cleanups if that's possible for you, recycling, even just throwing your trash away in the proper receptacle. We think that these are small things, but once we all do them together, it has the potential to have much larger impacts on ocean health. So I encourage you all, become ocean stewards. Help take care of this ocean for us to enjoy today and for future generations.